Hi. Day 4. I've been taking a lot of deep breaths right now before this one. I've been whiffing, sniffing, huffing, whatever you want to call it, a lot of my new adaptive oil. For those of you that know oils, this is the new calming blend. Hi Melissa, hi Anna. So you guys know all about this one. So this is my favorite friend right now. So I got some in here. Hey Teresa. And this one is my friend. And the topic I wanted to talk about today is a little sensitive for me. So I got my trusty old spearmint here to help me because this is the oil of communication. Holy smokes, this one's hitting me. I just did a tapping session actually with Laura Parkinson, for those of you who are doing it, and a lot of things just came up, so I think there's little remnants of that, but spearmint is the communication of oil. Sorry. The communication of oil. This is where my brain's at right now. Got my Kleenex. The oil of communication, so it helps you speak. Okay? And I got my trusty old tea tree here as well, because that's kind of helps keep off the negative hooks and the negative energy and stuff that sometimes I worry is going to happen. So, thanks Anna and Melissa. Okay, so today's topic, let's get through this, is vulnerability. That word for me, oh boy, it's scary. It's scary, scary, scary. As you guys know, I'm a cop. Vulnerability is definitely not something that we ever allow in our work life, right? We can't. You just can't. We, as police officers, are trained to go against our natural feeling, our natural survival mode, right? When something is scary, when something, there's a loud bang, our natural reaction is to run, right? Not us. We have to run into the face of danger, right? And it eventually takes a toll on you because you stop listening to your body's natural reaction. So things like fear and vulnerability and stuff, those kind of get pushed to the side, and you don't allow them to almost be a part of your life, because if you do, you can get hurt, you can, God forbid, get killed, you can let somebody else get hurt badly. So we don't even listen to that little voice that's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that, maybe you shouldn't do that. But vulnerability for us, for me personally, is weakness. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is that vulnerability is not weak, man. Holy shit. I mean, try not to swear. Holy crap. Vulnerability takes a lot more strength than anything to me. Hi Brina, hi Amanda. So, man, this one's just getting me. Ooh. And that's what we do, right? Something gets you and you're just like, whew, power through it. So, hang on. Oh, my adaptive. Just need a little bit of calming. I wish I had this when I was on the road a little bit. That would have helped a lot. But anyways, so vulnerability is not weakness. And for those who are scared to be vulnerable because they're scared it's gonna make them look weak or make them look stupid or make them look less than, I'm here to tell you that it's not. It is probably one of the bravest things you can do is be vulnerable, which is what I'm doing right now, because this is scaring the bejesus out of me right now. But it's part of my fear, and it's part of this challenge, and I wanted to share this with people, is that don't be scared to speak whatever it is that it's on your heart, because if you start ignoring that voice, it's going to take its toll. And if you don't allow your natural reactions to come up, it's going to again take its toll on you. And that is when we start wearing these masks. We start wearing the masks of, oh, you know what, that doesn't scare me, I'm too tough for that. Or, you know, like they say, cops don't cry. Like, you know, my family actually laughs at me because they're like, how are you a cop? Because you cry so much. Because I'm a very emotional person, but I'm a very privately emotional person. So again, this for me is huge, because to be this emotional in public is, oops, sorry, I hit something there, is a big, it's a big feat for me. So thanks, Amanda. So that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, was vulnerability. I wanted to really express how wrong I was in this, how wrong I was in feeling like vulnerability is weakness, because I've had a couple incidences in my life where I was my mask was on so big, my armor was up so strong, that people started thinking quite negatively of me. And that was hard, because when I would hear things like this from people, I'd be like, wow, that's so not me. How are they like so misunderstanding me? And it's because I'm not listening to that voice, and I'm not allowing that that person that I'm supposed to be out. And it was a huge wake-up call. That's when I really started doing personal development, because hi Brandon Steele. I started doing a lot of personal development because I was questioning, what is the persona I'm giving off to people? Because it's not me. Because if some of the words that people describe me as were quite hurtful, but they were so off of what I thought who I actually was. So that's when the personal development really kind of started for me. Since I started doTERRA, holy smokes, if anyone, for those of you that are in this business, they say that doTERRA is a personal development program wrapped up in a compensation plan, because the amount that you grow, the amount that you really look deep into who you are, holy smokes, it is not something like, you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna stand up for myself, or I'm gonna, you know, yeah, I'm gonna succeed at this business. It's not like that. Like, oh, you get into like the down, deep, dark, ugly, messy, not pretty, like soul part of you, and I'm gonna keep trying not to swear, but holy crap, it is scary. The amount of growth that I've had in this last year is something that I didn't even know I was even capable of, and I'm kind of like in the thick of it right now, which is why I'm like ridiculously emotional all the time, because a lot of that stuff is coming up that I've buried over the years. Yeah, Amanda, personal development is priceless. If somebody out there that's not watching or that's watching has not done it, you probably should, because again, when I talked about it the other day, if you're not growing, you're decaying, and don't decay, because there's more to life than that. But if you can really shed the armor, because just like we did in this tapping session today, your body naturally will tell you where it wants you to stop. And for me, it's in my throat, because I always want to like be careful about what I say, what I'm projecting. It's holding down my real truth. So that's where I feel it. That's why the spearmint oil is my friend today, because I'm actually being able to talk about this. Because it's quite paralyzing, right? The fear of vulnerability can be paralyzing. It shuts people down. It shuts people's emotions down. And then this happens and a storm of stuff comes out. So if you can really remember that your body is there to protect you, but you can tell your body, like, listen, I'm good. I got it from here. I don't need you to protect me. I'm allowed. I can speak. And if I do speak my truth, I'm not going to die. Like, look, I'm doing it right now and I'm not dying. Even though in my head, everything in my brain and my body right now is telling me, like, run, get out of, like, turn the camera off, get out of here, stop crying. What are you doing? You're going to die. But I'm not. I'm still here and I'm still surviving and growing and learning. And that part of the vulnerability, when I started really doing a lot of my personal development and learning what vulnerability actually means, it was quite of a relief for me. Like, oh, okay, I can be vulnerable and not, people aren't going to take advantage of me, or I'm not going to get hurt, or I'm not going to die. Yeah, you can be. People, when I remember a specific incident where I finally broke down with this person, and they were like, Billy, this is what we wanted to see, was that you were human and that you had feelings and you weren't this, I don't care, I don't have any feelings, I don't feel anything. That's what they wanted to hear. And it was quite surprising for me, because I'm like, really? Like, you want that side of me? Because I felt like that was always a bad thing that nobody wants to see. Holy smokes. Oh, today's a tough one, guys. Today's a tough one. That's 2 Kleenexes. Today's a good one because there's 2 Kleenexes coming out. So, anyways, I wanted to keep these really short, and these are getting longer and longer, so I'm going to have to really keep an eye on my time. But you guys get my point. Vulnerability is not weak. Vulnerability is strength, and it's brave, and it's not perfect, and it's not pretty, and it's not unicorns and rainbows, but it shows your strength and it shows who you are. And just know that you're safe being vulnerable. There's no like vulnerability boogie monster out there that's gonna come and actually like eat you, because that's how I kind of feel sometimes, that if I be vulnerable, something's gonna happen to me, right? Because that's my brain. So it's been beautiful. I've never stopped up-leveling myself. Yeah, up-leveling. When I hear that term, that's the first time I've heard that term was with doTERRA, is up-leveling, right? If you're not leveling up, you're leveling down. So if you're not growing, you're decaying. So yeah, personal development all the way. Have your oils adaptive is my friend. And just know that if you need to be vulnerable, people are going to be there to catch you. And if those people aren't there to catch you, then, like I talked about yesterday, those aren't your people. Because the people that are your people will catch you and lift you up. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. I think I've cried enough. And I'll be back tomorrow for who knows what I'm going to talk about. The funny thing is, this whole thing was supposed to be about oils. Like me talking and educating about oils, because that's easy. I have no problems educating about that. I have no problems telling you that tea tree is antiseptic and antimicrobial and antifungal and anti all this. I have no problems with that. But for some reason this is morphing, and I'm trying to be real and true to how this is coming about, and be like, okay, if this is what needs to be spoken about right now, again, I'm going to speak my truth, and this is what's going to be spoken about today. And vulnerability, I guess, is a huge one, and I'm glad I got this one out of the way, because like I said, this one's really tough for me. So maybe I'll start throwing in some oil ones, and then you guys don't have to see me cry. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. This is oh my gosh, it's only day 4. Okay, it's going to be day 5 tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everyone.